So my husband, I used to always get mad at him each child we had because I always wanted the naming ceremony. Like, can we please just do some kind of traditional thing after our child is born? He's like, oh, whatever. We're in America. We don't need to worry about that. Like, I'm like, but still, they're half Ghanaian, so let's add some cultural swag to this whole thing. Because we typically, I mean, I'm coming from a Christian family, so we typically do christening or we call it baby dedication, where we go to church and we dress up and the child dresses in something, and then
we do
the
that too.
pastor will pray over the family and over the child. In regards to that, the Lord may guide the path of the child and protect them and save them. So with Ghana and specifically the naming ceremonies, is this where, and this is where my question comes in from the beginning, where when you're first initially born, you get one of these day names that we listed, but then at some point you get a name, a specific name to yourself. Is that when that happens at the naming ceremony?
Yes.
And what is that called in your culture?
The same thing.
It's called a naming ceremony?
Naming ceremony or outdooring.
That's the word I always hear.
Outdooring.
What is that? Say it again?
Outdooring.
What is adoring?
Yes.
Like you adore something?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, like adoring somebody or
Okay.
adoring something. Or just, this is it now. We are presenting it to you. You get it? So that's it. And mostly it takes about 3 months when the child is born.
From the
Yes.
child.
Sometimes you don't give the baby a name. Some people will call the baby stranger. Or, as we just said, they are dayborn or so. But the actual name, it takes sometimes 3 months, and then the whole family will gather. And what they do is in Ghana, most families we have, the leader of the family. We call that Ebusuapeni, who is the elder.
Okay.
Yeah. He or she, I think it's he, mostly it's just he. He leads the whole family. If there is a problem, he will be the one you consult, So they
like
organize
the wise
everything.
old man.
Yes, something like that, So the Bushiapeni will bring, the child, or all of us will sit. And one thing that they do is just fantastic. They'll bring water and then they bring wine or alcohol. So before they give the child name, they just dip their hand or something in the water, and then they'll put it in the tongue of the kid or the child. You taste it, and they say, this is water. And then they will give the child a wine, not give, just,
dip their
finger and then put
Let's
it on
be
their
clear,
tongue.
YouTube. People be like, man, y'all crazy over there, making babies drunk. I mean, it goes somewhere it shouldn't be.
No, just dip, and then they will tell you, this is water and this is alcohol. There are two differences. So coming into this world, there are truth, be truthful. So that's the meaning of that.
Okay.
When you see this is white, this is white. Don't say it's black. You get it? So that's the reason why they give the child alcohol. They dip alcohol plus water, and the difference. That be truthful. Be truthful. So that's the reason. So after that, then they give the name. They present the name to the whole family. So this is the child's name now. So from now on, just maybe if Emmanuel or whoever, then they give the child that name. So that's how the
So in your case,
goes.
they would say, this is Theophilus.
This is Theophilus. So they present from now onwards, he is called or she is called
Theophilus.
the name. Yes.
And so is that, and I guess obviously not everybody in Ghana is Christian, but in the Christian circles, do they take that time to pray over the child?
Oh yes. Mostly now things are changing. It's not like olden days that it's all about
only the traditions.
Yeah. So this is sometimes they bring the pastors. They do all that, and sometimes they go to church like the Christian. It's the same thing we do. We take the child to, now they don't even do what I just said. Now they take the child to church. The pastor will pray over the child. They put their name in the envelope, and then they give it to the pastor, and then and sometimes we name our case by somebody. You get it? Like we name Cherewa by my mom. My mom is called Cherewa. So you give the name, and the pastor will open it, and then you see the name, and they will say, who did you name the child after? Then maybe my mom will get up and say me, and then they will ask you, why did you do that? Then they will explain, there is this thing that I like about her. That's why I named my child. Or there is this thing that she or did. That's why I want to name my child after. So that's
names in your culture kind of hold some kind of value.
Oh yes,
or meaning.
it holds value and meaning. And we could maybe next video we can go into depth of the meanings, because there are some meanings into every name. Like my name Oti. Oti is a river, and they have some specific name. We can go into it later.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Which is interesting to me, speaking of Oti, because what I realized in Ghana, and maybe this is true of us. I mean, I guess it is kind of true of us. I never really thought of it too thoroughly, because there's like my father's side of the family had the Browns, but I mean, we're not the only Browns that exist in the U.S. Like there's other family sets that are called Browns.
Yes.
But in your case, I always noticed that when I went to Ghana personally, there was people who would say, "Oh, my name is Oti," or they would have Oti in their family as their family name.
Yeah.
But that didn't mean it related to you.
Yeah, no.
It's just like a different set of OTs.
Yeah.
And I actually sat one next to some guy and he was like, "Oh, my name is OT too."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, wow, that's so..."
Yeah.
But it had no relation to you. So you're saying that
sometimes
some of your names
are given because of some circumstance, things that happen during the pregnancy or
But that's last name? Or you don't really have a last name?
I mean, that might be your first name. Yeah, or family name. It doesn't matter. Sometimes, mostly we don't check stuff like that. We don't check stuff like that. For instance, Theophilus or OT, I think I changed it for about 3 or 4 times before, I got to 20. 20 years old. Because when I was, in primary school, I didn't know how to, whether the Theophilus was first or the OT.
Oh,
you get
okay.
it?
So you didn't know which
so
one
I didn't
was
know
your
which
last
one was
first
my
name.
last name or first name.
Sure.
So it took me a while to realize, no, Theophilus is your first name and OT is your family name. Okay. I didn't get that, and nobody taught me. You get
really?
it?
I didn't know that. Okay.
Nobody taught me, so I struggled with it till I get to.
So basically, you just go through like making up your own name.
Yeah.
However it fits. This
no,
is my last
but
name.
my parents gave it to me, but they didn't.
I know, but I mean, like, far as what last name you go with,
Yeah. So we will talk about the names later on. We will talk about it. It's very, very important how the name goes. So is that all your question for the day?
I think so. Yeah. So those are a couple of the interesting things that kind of go on in the life of American meets Ghanaian, and trying to figure out what does this mean and what does that mean. Yeah. So it's been interesting so far. I'm sure I'm even still learning, because just now I think I learned a few new things that I didn't even know. And I've been to Ghana about 4 or 5 times. Yeah. So, I think that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, share, or comment if you have any questions, or if you are in a relationship with a Ghanaian and you may be an American. If you had any thoughts or questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment box. All right.
All right.
Thank you.